Okay, guys, that bit of breaking news that I was referring to, I can reveal that the Ring magazine have put out a tweet confirming that there are negotiations for Anthony Joshua to fight Jake Paul December 10th, I believe the date is, in Miami.
Wow. From Gervonta Tank Davis, 135-pound man, to Anthony Joshua, a heavyweight ex-world champion. I mean, bro, they dropped this absolutely breaking news. Ring Magazine did on Twitter, on Instagram, but also during the Conor Benn versus Chris Eubank Jr. media workouts today. And when I heard that, I said, what? No way. We were just talking about this in our last video, saying that out of all the 4 fighters that they announced could be the next possible opponents, I actually think whatever happened to Anthony Joshua? Now, there's one name that I see that haven't been tossing up around there, Anthony Joshua. Whatever happened to Anthony Joshua and the talks of him fighting against Jake Paul? Turkey was all over that. You know, we just dropped a couple months ago. He returned. He's working out again. He's looking absolutely fantastic. They still didn't have a fight set up for him. You know, you had Arslanbek Makhmudov posting on Instagram saying that they made DMs promising that if Arslanbek beat David Allen, that he would be guaranteed the next fight. But we really didn't know what was going to happen. Well, Jake Paul is not fighting Gervonta Tank Davis anymore because of the civil suit and everything that went down with that. Looks like he's going to be moving on and facing Anthony Joshua, my people. And hey, this is something that they've been talking about for a long time. Turkey Al-Sheikh has been interested in this himself, talking about this a while back.
Did you get Jake Paul here tonight as well?
Yeah, I see him. He's guest for Queensberry, and we are talking now about the future. Let's see.
Are you really talking about a fight between him and Anthony Joshua?
Why not? It is win-win deal.
You seem to have made anything possible in boxing. Is the dream?
Why not? It's a win-win for both of us. And don't forget, didn't Jake Paul 7 months ago, while he was doing an interview on his podcast with David Benavidez, the Mexican Monster, who's competing November 22nd against Anthony Yard, wasn't he on that podcast saying that he'll beat the hell out of Anthony Joshua and he knows it?
I want to fight Anthony Joshua exclusive because I know that I will fucking beat Anthony Joshua's ass. I know I will
just got knocked out, right?
Yeah, he doesn't have a chin and he has no skill and he's stiff. And I love you, Anthony. We're friends, all this shit, but I want to fight you.
I'm telling you guys right now, hate him or like him, this is going to be an absolutely huge spectacle of a fight to watch. A lot of people run their mouth about, why are you fighting Gervonta Tank Davis, bro? 135 pounds. I was one of them. But now you're facing an ex-heavyweight world champion, Anthony Joshua? Bro, you got to give Jake Paul his respect if this actually goes through, all right? Now, for Anthony Joshua, this actually might be one of the best moves that you can make right now, especially coming off a knockout loss to Daniel Dubois, okay? In the recent couple years, I feel like Anthony Joshua has been having it tough. Yes, he got in a little win streak after those back-to-back Alexander Usyk losses, but still, man, those losses to me, he was taking those all bad. You know, the post-interviews where he was just stealing the light, talking about his just depression and everything, dude, to getting knocked out by Daniel Dubois. This is a perfect opportunity to not only do what you did against Francis Ngannou, shut the UFC up when UFC fighters want to come to boxing, but now completely shut the lights off of a YouTuber, boxer respectively, who's been in the game for a couple years now, putting a stop to it. You know, there's a lot of things that Jake Paul and people that Jake Paul has knocked out, from the NBA, the UFC, to retirement fighter legends in the UFC. People want to see Jake Paul lose. So in my opinion, Anthony Joshua will be the man to do that. I don't think Jake Paul has a chance in this fight, but what a goddamn fight that would be, my friends. Great opportunity for both of them. If Jake Paul beats Anthony Joshua, I mean, bro, there's not even a word to explain how big and what that is going to put Jake Paul into position, my friends. It's going to be absolutely ridiculous, all right? Now, in my opinion, that kind of stole the show during the open workouts today that we had between Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn. But I want to speak about it a little bit, man. Conor Benn right there sparring with his dad, Nigel Benn, doing it together in the ring, moving around the ring, sparring, shadow boxing. Hey, it didn't make me that confident. It was cool to see, but I ain't gonna lie, bro. Nigel Benn still got it. And he was kind of shadow boxing with Conor Benn, and there was a little times where he was like, huh, huh. And I was thinking in my head, yo, bro, this dude's getting out shadow boxed by his dad right now.
Watch his dad growing up because he mirrors him. Even the way he kind of bends his knees and goes,
I tell you what, Nigel Benn coming up before he won anything, he looked the angriest man you ever met in your life. He was so ferocious.
All right? I mean, I know that has nothing, it may not mean nothing, but in my opinion, I don't know, man. Conor Benn, he was talking about how he wasn't the same person going into that fight. He was talking about how what got him back to normal and is making him so happy right now is that he's been going to therapy classes.
You know, I felt strong. I'm always give 100%. I weren't right. A lot of hatred, a lot of bitterness, a lot of anger, a lot of spite. You know, waking up in the morning, that was what fueled me. Yeah. I wake up in the morning angry, I go to bed angry. You know, and I don't feel that way now.
So I personally feel like we're going to see a new Conor Benn in this fight. The question is it a hungry? Is it the same monster type of Conor Benn that we got in the first fight? I really don't know because he seems so happy. He's dancing with his dad in the ring. Everything seems a little bit different. He has his mindset on 147 pounds, says that this is the last time he's fighting at 160. Now, for Chris Eubank Jr., right off the bat, dude, the first thing that I noticed hitting the mitts together, he looks sharp, dude. He looks sharp, and not only does he look sharp, but he looks more tight. Yep, he looks more tight, more upright, and actually a lot more cleaner than he's ever looked, all right? Chris Eubank Jr. may just be at his best with Bomac. Seeing them work together right there in the ring, seeing the little open workout, I was getting supreme confidence watching Chris Eubank Jr. in this ring. You know, he won the first fight with Conor Benn, so you would say maybe he's taking it lightly this time. Maybe he thinks he's going to go in there and beat him. But no, what does he do? He links up with Bomac once again. And you know Bomac ain't playing no games and puts him to the 100. I bet you this training camp was harder than his last training camp. Which means we should be getting an even more vicious, more cleaner, more stronger Chris Eubank Jr. And with Conor Benn having the plans of moving back down to 147, man, watching the open workout today, I got supreme confidence from Chris Eubank Jr. I believe he won these open workouts today. Don't get me wrong, it's cool to see Conor Benn dancing with his dad, two legends, but hey, it's not about that. It's about going to war. And we're 3 days away from it, my friends. Absolutely great open workout today. Breaking news. I still think that Chris Weidman versus Anderson Silva trilogy, right, that a lot of people have been waiting for, but 10 years now, is still going to be on that card in December on Netflix. Anthony Joshua, Jake Paul. So you guys, I cannot wait, man.